Lights are flickering back on after a massive 9-hour power outage, the latest black eye for a regime that seems powerless to halt Venezuela's plunge into economic and political ruin. Since a disputed presidential election in 2018, Venezuelans have lived through food shortages, hyperinflation, and power outages. The country's opposition leader, Juan Guaido, in a tweet blamed the blackouts on the government of Nicolas Maduro, saying they tried to hide the tragedy with rationing throughout the country, but the failure is evident.
What Venezuela is going through threatens peace, regional security, and also compromises international security.
This week in Peru's capital, members of the 14-country Lima group called for a new presidential election.
Any effort can only be effective if genuine political will in Venezuela allows a concrete agreement to be reached on the urgent call for free, fair, and transparent elections with international support and observation.
Maduro tweeted that Venezuela for 2 centuries fought against colonialism and imperialism. He said Venezuelans will never yield to aggressors and that triumph is our destiny. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo tweeted his support of the Lima Group meeting, calling the Maduro regime illegitimate. In Argentina, earlier this month, Pompeo said Maduro's reign is over.
Maduro will never govern that country again. It will not happen. He may rule, he may for a moment control its military at some level, but he will never govern those people again. He has destroyed their way of life. He has created a humanitarian crisis that is unequaled.
Vice President Mike Pence, meanwhile, touted new U.S. sanctions against Venezuelan officials and noted a recent United Nations report alleging that death squads and security forces have killed thousands of civilians suspected of opposing Maduro. Pence added that Iran's influence poses a threat to security and democracy in the region. Venezuela's crisis deepened after last year's highly disputed elections in which Maduro claimed victory, and the opposition alleged fraud and irregularities. While boosting sanctions, the Trump administration has pledged hundreds of millions of dollars in humanitarian aid to Venezuela. Arash, Arabasadi, VOA News, Washington.